Wolfe County search and rescues looking for a missing man in a lake. They've been at Wolfe Lake or Campton Lake off the Mountain Parkway since about 3 this afternoon. The crew tells us a man was wading near a cliff and went under. They're still trying to find him. They've called in more agencies to help. A team of divers from Morgan County searched the water but said it was too cold and had to pull out. The team is waiting on more resources to decide whether to keep searching overnight or not. The search for 22-year-old Tyler Russell, who is originally from Hazard, is expected to continue tomorrow on Laurel Lake. Crews say he went under while swimming. This photo was taken of Tyler not long before it happened. He was last seen wearing these swimming trunks. Officials have been searching since Saturday evening. Tomorrow, crews are expected to bring in dogs. Family members say they are still holding on to hope that he is alive. After several days of increasing COVID-19 numbers, Governor Beshear says we've seen a decrease. Between Sunday and Monday, 190 more people tested positive for coronavirus. That puts Kentucky's total now at 11,476, and at least 472 Kentuckians have died from the virus. That's up 2 since Saturday, but more than 3,300 people have also recovered. Governor Beshear says Kentucky is also improving when it comes to testing. Today, daycares with 10 or fewer kids were able to reopen. This is just step one of a two-phase daycare reopening plan for daycares in the state. Next Monday, the 15th, larger child care centers can reopen with multiple precautions in place. In Hazard, one child care center worked to reopen by Monday, but when they took a step back, they decided they would take one more month to get ready.
Employers who needed their employees back, I'm sure it was not for them. It was a difficult decision on our part. It wasn't just something we came up with at the spur of the moment. I've actually had HR departments call to confirm that I was not going to reopen until July.
Mullen says she thinks it will take 1 year to get back to where they were pre-pandemic and hopes there is more money coming to help child care centers. After announcing they filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy last month, JCPenney released a list of 154 stores closing across the country as nearly 500 stores begin to reopen. 6 locations in Kentucky will close, including the one in the Middlesboro Mall. WIT's Emily Bennett talked to customers who are sad to see the store go.
Since 1983, JCPenney has been an anchor for Middlesboro Mall.
This store has been a part of the mall since it first opened.
But now it is one of more than 150 JCPenney stores closing across the country.
We always counted on it being here, and we were surprised when we found out that we were on the list for closure.
Leaving customers without one of their go-to stores.
It's always been a favorite place to shop, and everyone's really going to miss this store.
One of those shoppers is Teresa Gilbert.
I'm probably out here once a week.
Living in Middlesboro her whole life, she is a JCPenney regular.
Yes, it's kind of everybody's go-to. I mean, we only have a few left, so that it's kind of really sad that they're leaving.
Always taking advantage of sales on children's clothing.
I have 3 boys. They are super, super expensive, but they always had really good deals for them. I could always, match their clothes and everything for great prices.
And now she is left disappointed with the loss of local shopping.
Our small little community is losing so much, and it kind of does make it sad that now we're going to have to take our money elsewhere. I mean, we still have a couple places, but what happens when every one of those close down too?
Sad to see local options dwindling. In Middlesboro, Emily Bennett, WIMT Mountain News.
No other JCPenney stores in eastern Kentucky are on the closing list. After nearly 3 months of the doors being closed to the public, libraries can now open again under the governor's guidelines. Several libraries, including the Laurel County Public Library, chose to stay closed a little longer to get their safety procedures in place. All staff will be wearing masks and gloves. They have also removed children's toys and rearranged furniture to follow social distancing guidelines. The Children's Services Manager says they will also have limited hours to give them time to clean and disinfect.
All returned materials are quarantined for 4 days. Any loose books that are touched or handled in the library will be removed on a cart, and they will also be quarantined for 4 days.
New hours will be Monday through Saturday from 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. They will also have special hours from 9 until 10 a.m. for those higher risk of contracting COVID-19 to visit the library. The Laurel County Sheriff's Office arrested a man Saturday after a woman said he threatened her with a gun and shot the radiator of her car. Deputies say this man, 46-year-old Jason Hoskins, tried to hide a pistol when they arrived. Hoskins was charged with first-degree wanton endangerment, fourth-degree assault, and third-degree terroristic threatening. A Laurel County man is behind bars after police say he stole 12 commercial mowers and a pair of skeet machines. Gillis Yoakum, pictured here, was charged with theft and sent to the Laurel County Correctional Center. Deputies found 10 of the mowers and the skeet machines at a home off Haley Ridge Road in London. The homeowner told them that they were left to him by a family member that had died. Around this time last year, we learned a Canadian-based company, Dashcore Aluminum, planned to invest nearly $20 million in a new facility in Perry County. Since then, the plant is up and running and just received their first shipment. With an 80% customer base in Canada, Vice President of Operations Steve Everett says the goal is to bring nearly half of that to Kentucky.
They've been waiting. We were supposed to be up and running back in January, February, so we kept the hiring process even though we didn't have work.
Everett says since shipping has begun, they can now ship every month, and he hopes to be making the plant's own aluminum in the coming weeks. 2 funerals are planned later this week for Geraldine Turner, a Harlan County native and the wife of former WYMT anchor Tony Turner. You can see all the arrangements on our website. Geraldine died Friday in Greensburg, Kentucky, out in western Kentucky, where she lived, in a car crash. Tony also died in a car crash, and Wednesday is the 18th anniversary of that accident. A few months after Tony died, I asked Geraldine if she could explain why Tony was taken from us at the young age of 40. Her answer could also apply now.
Why is a question that in circumstances like this you can't ask yourself. A lot of people don't know this, but Tony and I, when we first started having children, Tony and I lost our first child. And, you know, that was a big question, why? And then someone told me one day, you know, instead of asking why, ask why not. I mean, who are we that these things are not going to come into our lives? We go around thinking that we're untouchable. And I think through Tony's death, a lot of people have seen that, no, you're not untouchable. It doesn't matter who you are, what you do, or anything else. Tragedy will come and touch you at some point. And it's just a good lesson to all of us on, you know, let's see how to handle this. Let's see how to move forward. Let's see what kind of testimony this is going to be for us.
Geraldine Turner was 57 and is no doubt dancing with Tony again in heaven. Please remember their 2 children, Courtney and Cameron, and the rest of the family in your prayers. Coming up at 11, Kentucky State Police are joining an effort to warn people about a deadly threat during the summer heat. And for better or for worse, 2020 has been a monumental year, and one southern Kentucky city found a unique way to remember it.
And the hot and humid conditions continue tomorrow, but how long will they last? I'll have that answer coming up.